Hello, everyone. Hi there. Hi. Been a while, huh? I've been saying that in the past few videos, haven't I? Hi there. Uh, Hi. How many times am I gonna say hi? I have no idea. But hi there. So, um, I have no idea what to talk about. I'll be honest. Well, I do have an idea of what to talk about, but I really don't have any idea of how to say it or what to talk about, but it's Thanksgiving. So, Thanksgiving is a time of being thankful and gathering around the table with family, and I have no idea. We do the same thing every single year because we like it. I don't know. But, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Um, so yeah, Thanksgiving is kind of a weird time for a lot of people. Um, we do the usual of like gathering around the table and, you know, eating food with all of our family and just having a good time, being more or less kind of not really knowing it ourselves, but just having a good time because we can have a good time. Um, it's a really weird thing when it's like on Thanksgiving you need to be thankful and you should be thankful. We don't really think about that. I mean, we are thankful that we can have a good time, but we just don't really think about it when we are having a good time, if that makes sense. So, I guess this Thanksgiving, just have a good time. Have a good time. We know every single one of us on not just in this country but on this earth has not had a good time. Not a lot of people. And we really just need to be able to come together for Thanksgiving and be thankful that we still have something to be thankful for. I mean, think about it. A lot of people are sad or angry or just irritated or annoyed in general when we really just need to be thankful that we're still here, you know? I mean, it's funny because 2020 hasn't been great to us, especially as a race, but we're still here. We're still kicking. And while there have been quite a few, how do I say it, eliminations, I don't know. But we still need to be thankful that we're here. We need to be thankful that we're here. We need to be thankful that we're still kicking. And while we have had a lot of people lost, we need to make up for those people. And yes, I'm not saying that we can't be sad about losing those people. I'm still sad about losing the people that I've loved, and none of them have been lost to the current um, the current event happening since March. And It's really just a weird time because while I haven't been affected by it, my workplace has been affected by it. Some of like a bit of my family has been affected by it. While we haven't specifically gotten it, we kind of have had a taste of what it's like. And let me tell you what, that flavor is not something anyone should taste. So it's just a weird time. 2020 is just a weird year. It's not a good year at all, but we just need to remember that we have just a little over a month left in the year. So, if anything, 2020 is finishing and we are coming out of it. Am I saying that things are going to be getting better? No. Because if I know anything, I'm going to say things will get better, and they don't. But I kind of just want to say things like be optimistic, just be happy. And it's really weird for me to be saying stuff like this because I don't have an impact on nearly the amount of people that most YouTubers do. Most, I don't know, video making, what do they call that? Content creators. I don't have nearly an effect that most people do nowadays. But that doesn't mean that I can't make an impact, and that's something I do want to try. I want to make as much of an impact as I can while it being healthy. But that's kind of my focus, and I've said it multiple times for the channel. I just want the channel to be able to spread good feelings, but I want it not only to spread good feelings and good ideas, but for people to also keep those good feelings and those good ideas. And I just want people to be happy, and whether it's at my expense or not, I just want people to be happy. And that's kind of what I've been thinking this past couple of days, really. I'm always thinking about it, but I've been thinking about it quite a lot. And over the past couple of days, I've been just thinking about a lot of stuff. Thinking about the channel, thinking about other people, thinking about work, thinking about family, thinking about friends. Just a lot of stuff happening, really. And it's strange. It really is. And I've kind of been asked this question a lot, especially around Thanksgiving. Some people more than others, but if there's one person that asks me this question constantly every year, it's myself. What am I thankful for? I mean, there's a multitude of things. What am I thankful for? Well, I'm thankful for being alive. I'm thankful that I can have this outlook on my life. While I'm not thankful that I've lost people I have loved, that's not to say that I don't love them anymore. I still love them, even though they're gone. But that's not to say that I don't love them anymore because they're gone. And something else I'm thankful for is I can do some things that I never thought I would be able to do. I work in 2 different places that are both in the public eye. Now, granted, they're both custodial jobs. So I'm kind of like over in the corner of the room, cleaning a bathroom or sweeping a floor or something like that. But I'm still in the public eye. And if I have to talk to someone or if I have to help someone, complete stranger, I can still do that. I would have never thought I could do that 5 years ago. Like, back then, I was very introverted. I couldn't think about anyone. Barely. I barely thought about my direct family. Everything else was to do with things like me. How am I doing? How am I feeling? How am I... Pretty much like, how am I? Period. And I could barely think about anything else. But once I graduated, I learned how to think about others, more or less. Mostly because others kind of impacted me both positively and negatively. So that's kind of where things kind of went off with that. And I'm kind of thankful that happened, Mostly because I didn't know that that could happen. And to see it, to look back at it and notice that it was happening when I never realized it is kind of an interesting thing, to be honest. I was a very introverted person, like I said, and I kind of took I think one of the things was I saw the opportunity for a part-time job that was like work 1 day a week for like 2 or 3 hours. Okay. It was like it was almost like a volunteer job, but I got paid for it. So it was like, cool, I'll do that. Well, that kind of escalated to one other thing, then one other thing, then one other thing, then boom, boom, boom. Now I've gotten so, like I said, 5 years ago, would have never been able to do any of what I could do today. But now, holy crap. It's kind of insane, really. It's kind of insane. And I don't know exactly where my life will go later on. But I'm just thankful that I'm still around and I'm still able to do the stuff I can. And it's really weird because, like I said, 2020 has not been very fond of the human race. And it didn't, 2020 never really hit me like hard like it did a lot of people until about, was it September? It was about midway through September that it hit me. You know, I went, oh crap. Like, I don't like this. Like, well, then it was just like, things are over, kind of, washed my hands and okay, we're fine. Things kind of went a little bit awry, but, I kind of cleaned up some stuff and we're fine. Until about, it's been 3 weeks? 3 weeks, I want to say. 2 weeks, maybe. That crap just hit the fan. And that's when 2020 actually hit me real hard. Real hard. So, yeah, 2020 actually finally hit me. I would say 2020 kind of gave me a taste, and I wasn't a fan of taste. But then 2020 finally shoved that piece of food or whatever down my throat. And I more or less, and to use that kind of like example, I like kind of started to choke and like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think. And things have resolved themselves fine. Have I swallowed that piece of food that 2020 gave me? Unfortunately, but at least I'm still alive and at least I'm still here to talk about it, more or less. Am I happy it happened? No, not at all. But I'm happy to say that I can still talk about it and I can still see it. But yeah, I guess for this Thanksgiving that I am thankful for still being able to be here, being able to do the things that I could do that I couldn't do, years ago. And it's really funny because whenever I put it that way, I think about things like work, going from introverted to, I don't know what you would call it, like an omnivert or something. Is that what they're called? I don't know, when you can kind of flip between introvert and extrovert. But I'm still an introvert because I hate going outside. I'd much rather stay inside and, be on the computer or read a book or whatever. But That's not to say that I can't deal with people, like I said. Um, it's just very difficult for me. And when I talk about stuff like that, I think about like work and all that, like I said. But I also think about things like YouTube, like being able to do the things I couldn't do. If you told me 5 years ago or more, when I was still in school, if you told me that I was going to be doing YouTube and I would be making videos and I would be playing games with friends and be making videos with those friends and all that, I probably would have just like chuckled. And back then I probably would have just kind of like chuckled and went, yeah, okay, that'd be nice. But I don't think I would have ever actually like thought it was possible. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm going, I don't know how I kept this up. But it's really cool, I'll be honest. Doing YouTube for 3 years, almost 4 years now, has taught me a lot, mostly about video production and all that. But doing YouTube has taught me a lot of stuff, not just about video production, but things like schedules, things like being on time. Well, that kind of plays into the schedule, but you know what I mean. Making sure everything is ready, what's that, like minimal managing or something like that, like being able to manage tiny things all in a group and be like, I have a ton of crap to do, but just being able to do them one after the other and get them all cleaned up. That I've learned how to do that. Did I want to learn how to do that? No, learned the hard way. But hey, still able to do it. I still learned how to do it. And it's a really weird thing. So it's weird. It's like, do I recommend, like, do I, like, tell people, like, hey, you should be a YouTuber? No, but yes. It's a stressful job. It's a stressful job, and I wouldn't wish this amount of stress on anyone. But at the same time, it's very, it helps you, like, it helps your mind. It is stressful, I'm not gonna lie, but it helps your mind keep, like, sharp. Like, I gotta do this, I gotta get this out, I gotta get this out, I gotta do this, I gotta record this, I gotta edit this, I gotta, you know. And with me doing everything myself, that's another thing, is that yes, that is extremely stressful. Do not get me wrong. But that micromanaging, that might be what I'm thinking of. Micromanaging. That is what I'm thinking of when I think of micromanaging. I have tons to record, tons to edit, tons to upload, tons of things to talk about. Just like these little things here, I may not be doing like a let's play or a reaction or some review or something, but I'm still making a video and talking with you guys about it. So it's really weird in that aspect. But yeah. I really just wanted to talk to you guys about Thanksgiving, and while we're all gathered around the table talking with our friends and family, and I know some people aren't able to do that, and some of those people, their families are a little smaller this year because of what we've had to go through in the past 8 months. I think 8 months. But just remember that we have one more month and 2020 will be over, and hopefully we'll get out of it. Hopefully we'll get out of this slump and we'll start looking towards the light, because we all know that the light is something good. And it's really a weird case. Really a weird case, honestly. It's hard for me to talk about stuff like that because I don't know personally. But just remember, I have to say, just remember to be thankful for what you have instead of bitter about what you don't. And it's weird because I didn't actually learn that until my mom. So it's weird. It's really weird. And if you guys want me to talk about what I mean by that, I can do that. But just know that you just need to be thankful for what you have, because if you aren't, then you may just always be bitter about everything in the world. And honestly, there's a lot of good in the world, and all that good can outweigh the bad. And it may just. So this Thanksgiving, just be thankful for what you have. And while this year may not have been great, just know that it can get better. And even when 2021 comes, things can get even better than 2020. So I just ask of this to not only make the rest of 2020 better, but to make 2021 better. Even better than 2020, or what we make of the last of 2020. So, yes, just be thankful for what we have, because some of us don't know what we have until it's gone. And one other thing I want to say is thank you. There's not a lot of people following me, and there's not a lot of people even interested in what I do. But if there's one thing I want them to be interested in, it's things like happiness. Even if it's not because of me, I just want people to be happy. And I think that's a goal that we all can agree on. Doesn't matter who it's coming from. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. See ya.